Tell you what, moving is such a pain. It's a real drag. Now, where's my oven? Look, I've got no oven. So I have to use my camper van oven.
So you're going to cook in the middle of the moving house?
Yeah. Got my old griddle pan out. I'm going to get it nice and hot and do a man-sized sarnie for the boys, because I've been grafting. Over there, mate, it's lovely. It's pretty damn simple. Have a look at that. Nice old steak. Cool. What do I need? I need one of these bags. These bags are really helpful, actually. They're just like the little recyclable bags with the little push bits. I'm going to use it for bashing out these steaks here. I've got a nice, like, 10-ounce steak here, big boy, right? And I'm going to cut it in half, pop it in here, bit of salt, well, quite generous with salt, actually, and the pepper, and then I've got some rosemary. Oh, my darling rosemary, it looks pretty worse for wear, actually. Just give it a little wash. Basically, I've just bought a normal steak, yeah, rump steak, yeah, and I'm just gonna put some rosemary tips on top and on the bottom and give it a right good bashing. You know, rump's the cheapest of the lot, and I think the tastiest as well. And, like, you know, the rumps come from your ass, yeah, in the cow, and the fillets run inside the back, and the sirloins run up the back. And you see, because the cows walk around all day, like, they're not moving their back, they're just moving their arse and their legs, yeah? So this does quite a big bit of movement, so it's a bit tougher. But in return, it is tastier. So it's kind of... It's your choice, really. People that, you know, are big sort of steak folk, they always know that rump's the best. Let me get a plate. I've got a plate around here somewhere. See, the good thing about this is we've tenderised it. We've, like, really bashed in that rosemary and salt and pepper. But more importantly, right, it's nice and thin like that, and that's going to cook in, like, you know, really, really quick. So let's do the other one. Same again. And it's just so quick. I love cooking like this, which is just like, it's so immediate. You don't have to use your fist. You can use a cleaver, a meat basher, or a mallet, or whatever they call it. Or you can use, like, anything heavy, like a pan or something. But fists are good. It gets stuck in there, and also, it's not like you have to go and buy a fist, is it? You've got one on the end of your arm. So, beautiful. Look at that. Nice and thin. I'm just going to put a little olive oil over the meat. Not a lot, just a touch. And then I'm just going to rub it in. You don't want loads of oil because it will get smoky. Oh, it'd be beautiful and tender. I love that noise. Straight on there.
I'm always worried things will stick to that when I cook.
No, don't be worried. If the hotter it is, the less it's going to stick. A lot of people get these griddle pans and they get like, a bit of like old flame on the bottom. It's just like, give it loads of flame. Full whack. Heat it up for like 6 minutes so it's roasting hot. And then you can benefit from that really nice charred flavour, which is basically what you're after. Right, I've got some ciabatta. I actually got it yesterday. And, you know, ciabatta seems to go stale quite quickly. Little trick, if you whack that in the oven for like 5 minutes, it just goes from being stale to really nice and moist again. Beautiful, look at that. Straight away. Bang. Done.
Fantastic markings on it. Ooh.
Oh, little flame. Looks all professional. Beautiful. Right, I'm just going to turn the bread round. Getting warm on that side. That's nearly done, so I'm just going to wash this plate. When that's cooked, you need to let it rest just for 1 minute, because that's what makes it really juicy and tender. If you eat it straight away, it gets a bit tough. But you watch this. Look, these are ready now. Look at the juice that comes off it. Straight away, look. Beautiful. Now, just get a little bit of olive oil on top. Right. And it's like making a little bit of a dressing. We've got a nice lemon here. Cut in half. Just squeeze it over. Looks good there, mate? You all right?
Yeah.
He doesn't know it's for him yet. So, like, once you've done that, get your bread, and I'll just cut along it like this. See, look, slice that. This is like a Scooby snack, do you know what I mean? Do you remember Scooby-Doo? And those big munchies, yeah? Well, this is the same, yeah? So we've opened it out. It's nice and warm inside. Bit of olive oil on the top and bottom. Right, and then big key point, yeah? French mustard, Dijon mustard. Look at this. That is hardcore.
It's a hell of a lot.
Yeah, yeah, but it won't be too hot. It will just be perfect. Smear that across the base. All right. Got some nice rocket. And I get my steak and just put it everywhere. And just maybe rip the steak in half so it fits. Ah, look at that. It's beautiful. And then look at this plate. This is the important bit. Look at all that goodness on the bottom, yeah? So when you've got that in there, just push the bread on it, and when you squash the bread down, it goes and takes up all that beautiful juice, yeah? Slice it up. Beautiful. How good is that? Let's get a little thing for them. And there you go, mate. The best steak sarnie in the world. Look at that. Oh. Right, so this water boiling. Yeah, lovely. Right, so just put a couple of handfuls of pasta in. And what else am I doing? I've got my... Yeah, Jules has been fantastic. I mean, she's organised everything pretty much to a T. Basically, what I want to do today is just let the boys do their work, and I'm going to cook up a nice little bit of lunch. I just want to get Jules out of here and have a bit of peace and quiet for a bit, do you know what I mean? Yeah, there it is. I'm just going to put 2 cloves of garlic in. It's a good little tip, actually, because if you just put a couple of cloves with their skin on and boil that with the pasta, and that'll be the base to a really good dressing, yeah? So I've got some nice cherry tomatoes, red and yellow. All I do is, like, cut these tomatoes in half, and then I'm just going to chop them up. Pasta salads are great for using up, like, your sun-dried tomatoes in the fridge and the olives and anchovies and stuff like that. So, like, just chop it all up. You want it nice and fine. This is why I like cooking, because it's good fun, do you know what I mean? Having a good old chop. And, you know, I just find cooking really sort of relaxing, even in, like, chaos like this. Where's my... Oh, God, here we go again. Got one of these great little storage jars, but they're great for picnics as well. You want all that juice. Beautiful, look at all that. Cucumber, only going to use half. So just slice up this cucumber. Look at that, nice and fine. Beauty. Cucumber, tomatoes, chives. Chives are really good. I don't use chives much, to be honest. I think my mum put me off them when I was a kid. Because she used to grow up loads of them, and she used to go, oh, eat them raw. And I used to go around with, like, onion breath for the rest of the day. I probably use half a bunch. Right, I've got some olives. I'm just going to squeeze them, get the pip out, and then I'll chop them up as well.
Ooh. Got me, then.
Did I get it? I got you, did I? Sorry about that. I'll wipe it off in a minute. They're much better when they've got stones in. I know it's a palaver, but the thing is, like, for 20 seconds work, you know, you're talking about, like, loads more flavour than a couple of rubbery old wine gums that look like olives. So when you've got all these pips out, right, you just want to finely chop it. You don't want to get a pip in there, right? Well, if you do, you can hear it. Ah, like that. There you go. But, another one. Yeah, I'm on right form today, aren't I? Oh, and another one. Oh, what a plonker. At least you can tell, though, when you're chopping, eh? Right, that's nice. And that'll be great for flavour. And it'll look sexy as well. So that goes in. And then you've got some nice basil here. I only want about half a bunch, really. Let's have a check of this pasta. Well, it's not cooked, but it's undercooked. It's not even al dente. Problem is, if you cook the pasta all the way through, it's perfect there and then, but by the time you put dressing on it and it's hung around for an hour getting really, really tasty, it's going to be, like, all flopping all over the place. So cook it under, put some cold water on it to stop it cooking anymore, and then by the time it's gone, sucked up all that beautiful flavour, all the vegetables, all the herbs, an hour later, it will be perfect, genius. And I just pick out those 2 bits of garlic, right? Now, if you take the skin off the garlic, look at that. Just squeeze it, and it's like mush. So if you get a pinch of salt, yeah, I need a fork, actually. One in that sink. And just fork that garlic. It goes into a beautiful little mush. That is not garlic as you know it. That is, like, really subtle, really mild. What do I need? I need, Yeah, I'll use this.
What are you doing with that?
What am I doing? I'm doing a dressing. Scrape up all your garlic, really mush it, and get it all in there. And now we'll make a dressing with that, and that'll be absolutely superb. I've got some extra virgin olive oil, and I've got some red wine vinegar. You want about 6 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. That'll be more than enough. And then about 3 tablespoons of, actually no, maybe 2, because I've got the tomato juice in there. Oh, I'll tell you what I need. Black pepper. Get that into the dressing. Have a little whisk of that. And have a taste. Nice. Pour that dressing over there. Get rid of that. And just fork this through. That is beautiful. Get my pasta.
That's drained now.
Yeah, drained pasta. Yeah, cold drained pasta. Let me find my mozzarella. I've got some of these little bocconcinos or whatever they call them. And they're like little mini mozzarellas. So just pop them in. Just have like 4. And then lid on top. Secure it. Look at that. That is just, oh. Do you know what I mean? 2 hours, mate, and that'll taste fantastic. Yes! Oven's going. Go on, my son! Got some friends coming around for a bit of a housewarming party, yeah? So, got to feed them, so I want to keep it simple. Nice bowl of chilli, some salad, some cheese, some bread. That's it, really. Do a little bit of shopping. We should be laughing, mate. Nice and easy. Right, love, I'm going to make chili con carne. It's one of those things that is just so classically dodgy in this country, do you know what I mean? It's done so badly. I'm going to do like the real McCoy, yeah? I need 4 onions.
Quite an unexpected thing for a chef to be.
Yeah, but you know, the problem I get is because everyone thinks I'm a chef, they think they're going to come around mine for like, you know, posh dinners. And you know what? There's something quite brave about doing something basic like a fish pie or a chili con carne or, you know, just jacket potatoes done really well. That's the twist, isn't it? Just do something that they have every day and do it really, really well and make it special. So that's the vibe that I go on anyway.
Very 70s.
Very 70s. I mean, it's that whole kind of retro vibe, isn't it? Chili con carne, sort of flares, you know, afros. But, you know, chili con carne, it's going to be perfect for tonight. I'm making it for 20 people, right? I want to get some garlic while I'm here. Where'd I put the... Hey, here we go. It's like living out of a bag at the moment. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use my Magimix for this, which is great because it means I don't have to do any chopping, I don't have to do any crying, and I only have to wash one pot up. But... Right, so, onions, I just cut them in half, so it goes in machines. Garlics. Right, pop it in. Maggi on top. Beautiful, look at that. Right, get your onions. So, you want about 4 tablespoons of olive oil, right? And nice hottish pan, not too hot. Oh no, don't want to cook your blade. Right, get them frying. Give them a stir around. You don't want to give the onions colour, but you want to get them sweating and going like really nice and sweet. And what some people do is they put the onions in, and then they put everything else in, and they start boiling it, and it's just like boiled onions, mate. They're not nice, you know. So give them a little frying, and they just taste good. And then what I'm going to do now is I've got some cumin and chilli powder. Yeah, you want 2 heaped teaspoons of cumin, right? Nice and heaped. While the onions are sweating off, let's get the spices toasting and get the best of flavours out of those. And then the chilli, this is very important. You want 4 level teaspoons. No more, no less. If it's too hot and you can't taste anything, not hot enough and it ain't chili con carne, you know? So let's give that a little stir. When you've got mates coming around and, like, you know, you can have a couple of drinks and stuff, chili con carne is great because you walk in the door and it's like bang, smells there, and it's like, oh yeah, and your taste buds start going. It's like, give us a beer. Right, this is the real key. Got a nice bit of chuck, yeah, which is really good actually because chuck's nice and cheap. Have a look at that, sexy old boy. This is one of the key things about this, right? Is if you go and buy mincemeat, we don't really know what's in it. It could be all sorts of things, you know. So what I always do, go there, buy a nice bit of chuck steak or stewing steak. You know, you can see the nice white fat and sort of red meat, and mince it yourself. And I just put it in here and I just pulse it. And see what happens is you get your mincemeat, but you also get a nice chunk of meat like that as well. So you get little bits of fine stuff, little bits of like big stuff. So let's give this a stir now. Now, thing is, you don't want to chili it. But next trick, yeah. Normally in the recipe you put like tomato puree in, and I hate tomato puree. Drives me up the wall. So I've got some sun-dried tomatoes with oil, right? And if you pulse that, and you make your own, you know, tomato puree, which is much tastier. And I've got some fresh chilies here, which are really good. It's got 3, yeah?
So you're going to put fresh chilies and dried chilies in the chili con carne?
Yeah. Why do you think that's weird?
Well, that's a lot of chili.
Not really. Well, if you get like nice fresh red chilli and cut them in half, take the seeds out, so they're not hot. It's quite a fragrant sort of like twang, sort of like chilli sort of flavour. Twing. You know what I mean? Though it's sort of like it's just a nice contrast. Let's get this in there. It's those little details that make it blinding instead of like boring. Lovely. Now, another little trick, yeah, is just a little stick of cumin, a little stick of like cinnamon, yeah? Because if you put a stick of cinnamon in, right, it, like really, just one stick, you don't want to break it up or nothing, just like leave it in there, take it out at the end. But you have to use it with a bit of care. Too much tastes like medicine. But one stick in there would be beautiful. So, you put that in, and what next? Got some tins of tomatoes. And all you want to do is just pour them in, basically. Beauty. So that's 4 tins of tomatoes, yeah? And then what I do is I get one of the tins and I just fill it up with water. And the thing is, it's perfect consistency now, yeah? But after an hour and a half of cooking, the cooking's going to probably take away about that much water. So I'm going to put it in now, yeah? And then that just means it's sort of all the flavours get going. And that's it. Put a lid on that, right? Give it an hour and a half, yeah? And for the last half an hour, just put your 2 tins of drained kidney beans in. Do you know what I mean? Superb. All in a pot, 5 minutes cooking, cook for 20 people, and then it's like party time. Beautiful. I've got folks turning up in about an hour, and I want to do a really nice mixed salad, yeah? But the most important thing is I want to do this right, really genius dressing, yeah? And got a couple of nice fat lemons, and just sort of use a grater just to take the yellow skin off. And you just want a little bit of that. So, get a knife. What I'm going to do is just cut this lemon in half. And I've got a pan on here that's kind of hot. Just put like a tablespoon of oil in there, yeah? And I'm going to put my halves of lemons just in the oil carefully. Give it a little shake. And the lemon, funny enough, takes in a little of that oil. And when it cooks, there's a lot of sugar in lemon, so it goes all dark and caramelised and sweet. So what I'm going to do is just chop this lemon skin up, right, because we're going to put that into the dressing. Get that in there. And then I've got creme fraiche from Patricia, the lovely Patricia. And this stuff is really good. You just want about sort of 8 tablespoons of creme fraiche, right? Actually, might as well put all of it in there, that's 8. We've got the lemons, we've got the zest, we've got the creme fraiche, I need the salt, a nice little bit of pepper, and then a bit of garlic. Just get yourself a like medium garlic clove, right? And I'm just going to grate it in. And 1 garlic's more than enough. And that'll be quite sort of, you know, when you go to France and you get a nice sort of garlic hit, it'll be quite sort of Parisian, you know? I'll tell you what I need, a bit of mustard, French mustard, which is optional really. Just a nice couple of teaspoons will do you proud. Beautiful, let's have a look at these lemons. Oh, look at that sweetness. That is what I'm after, you see. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to squeeze this lemon juice into the dressing.
Quite dark in colour.
Yeah, that's because we've caramelised it. But, you know, just give it a little stir now. And it loosens it up. Takes it down to a sort of like thinner, sort of more salad dressing-y type consistency. A little bit of olive oil, just to split it, you know? About 4 tablespoons. See, I'm just going to leave this in the bowl and let them help themselves, and it'll be beautiful. So, let's have a little taste. Mmm. That is so good. Do you want to try a bit? Because I've got some nice salad leaves over here. Let's have a little dip. Get that in your cake, old sweetheart.
Yeah.
Best thing? I'm making margaritas, and it feels like I've been squeezing limes all afternoon. But if you lean on the limes and roll them, you can generally get a bit more juice out of the old limes, which is good. So, got my lime done. I've got tequila, golden tequila, and I've got some Cointreau, yeah? And I've got quite large amounts of it as well. So, it should be quite a good night. I've got this flask, because I've never had a shaker, yeah? So I'm going to do my shaking in this tonight, because it looks kind of silver and sort of near enough. It's really easy to remember a good, like, margarita recipe. Like, this will do 4, yeah? All you need is 2 parts tequila to 1 part Cointreau to 1 part lime. So it's dead easy to remember. So I'll do 2 glasses, lovely, of tequila, and then I'll have 1 glass of Cointreau. Good stuff. And then I've got my lime. Can't help but giggle. I'm just going to put some ice in my flask, get my lid on. Then what you have to do is I'm going to do like the salt rim on the glass, yeah? So I need a little bit of sea salt. And it's a nice contrast because the Cointreau is a little sweet and the tequila's quite, you know, dry and the lime's nice and zingy. So when you have a bit of salt, it kind of makes all your taste buds go kind of a bit mad. Right? And then the glass. All you do is get a bit of lime and just sort of run it around the outside of the glass. Not the inside, just the outside, because if you've got salt on the inside, it falls in the drink. All right? That's terrible. Shaky, shaky, shaky. Beautiful. Just stop the ice coming out. There you go, sweetheart.